So we start off the movie with a whole bunch of people falling out of the sky like it's Fortnite. And my boy over here was so lucky that he fell into the pool a few centimeters away, and this man would have been looking like these.
Oh, nigga. My ears burn.
And with that, a whole bunch of people just started falling in here. They're the lucky ones because the other people, yeah, they're not alive anymore. He gets out of the pool and loads his gun, but before all this, we gotta take it back to 28 years. Damn! So when we go back to December 2022, we just see that it's Christmas time, the holidays, everybody enjoying themselves, having a great little party. So when my boy gets into the house, we get introduced to his daughter, Muri, and when he talks to his wife, he sees that his father, who abandoned him, sent his daughter a Christmas card. So he obviously throws it away because this nigga left him, went to get the milk. But after that, he goes outside to have a call and gets denied for a job that my boy was looking forward to. So when he gets back into the house, my boy looking rough and sad, but his daughter cheers him up. But when we cut to the TV, we see that it's the World Cup. So when we zoom into it, my boy looks like he was about to score a goal, but a gigantic portal opens out of nowhere with a bunch of soldier looking jumping out. And when the last lady comes out the portal, she starts to explain to the people that in 30 years the human race fights aliens and they are losing.
You are our last hope.
Hold on, wait. Hey!
Shawty, I know you're not talking about me. I'm a YouTuber, bruh. I don't think I have the facilities for that big man. So with that, the world obviously reacted with the quickness, sending normal niggas into the future to fight the White Spikes. Crazy name, I'm not gonna lie, that's fire.
Can you shut up?
And even though there are thousands, even millions of people getting sent to the future to fight the White Spikes, only 20% of these niggas survive, which is wild. And obviously understanding how people work, they obviously protest against this and they do not agree with sending the people from the past to fight the future's fight. I don't understand, but whatever. So when we fast forward some time, we see that my boy has become a teacher, and while he's teaching this class, he realizes that nobody cares because they're asking a valid question. What's the point of education when everybody's just dying?
Every week, my uncle, Tina's mom, they're gone, man.
And all I have to say to that is boo-hoo. I'm kidding. Chill. But while he was trying to talk to them, he gets an emergency alert on his phone, and oh nah, they don't draft you, my god. But when we cut to the facility where they're testing my boy, we learn the requirements to fight for the future is that if you are dead in the next 30 years, you meet the requirements, which is wild, but you know, to avoid some type of time paradox. And after telling a man that he's going to die in the next 7 years is wild for you to even tell him that, bruh. But again, he has the right to know. But they end up putting this machine on his arm, which can't be taken off unless he has completed his duty. So he goes to his wife to tell her about everything, and obviously she doesn't agree, but hey, he has no choice, so he ends up going anyway. And he ends up going to tell his daughter, and oh bruh, this is such a sad scene.
Boy, if you don't
But anywho,
Throats and abdomens. That's what you aim for.
What the fuck?
oh, that's what you aim for. We don't even know how it looks. So maybe show a picture or something.
There will be no push-ups, no pull-ups, no obstacle courses.
I was kind of looking forward to that.
Are we actually serious right now, bruh? At least let us get some fit people. We just hiring regular niggas. But as y'all can clearly see, the requirements is just that you have to be dead in the next 30 years. It doesn't matter if you have trained or even if you're fit. If you're gonna die by then, it's cool. But with that, we start to meet the rest of the crew, and oh nah, this right here is main character energy. I can feel it. Y'all might say I'm glazing, but hey, look at him. But we also get to meet Charlie. I'm not gonna lie, my favorite character in the movie. Not gonna hold you, this dude is funny. And remember when I just asked, why don't y'all just show a picture or video for us to know what we're up against? Well, this lady just explains that.
Face when they reach the future, it would become virtually impossible to fill that hunger.
Yeah, this is the type of job that I could never ever do, even if the world was at stake. You're gonna have to kill me, bruh. But now that y'all understand most of the plot, let's move on to the action. Everybody's about to get deployed and the machine starts.
Blink will drop you 5 to 10 feet above the ground.
5 to 10 feet, man, that's light work, bruh.
Stop the cap.
The machine starts and a whole bunch of people start to float up and eviscerate in front of them. And when he goes up, the machine says error. But hey, it was too late. They teleport out. And remember when that lady said the jump should be 5 to 10 feet above the ground? Yeah, that was clearly cap. Look! My dog's back is gone. Damn! We've already seen this part, so I'ma just skip past most of it. Dan and Charlie get up and they start to get debriefed by the people on the intercom. Alright Dan, I'ma just be real with y'all. There are a whole bunch of jets coming over there and they're gonna blow up the whole entire city. So I'ma need you and your crew to get the fuck out of there or you're gonna die. We cool? Cool. And also, one more thing. There are a whole bunch of scientists and friends that I need you to get on another building. You cool with that? And with that, they start to go towards the building. But while they're searching this entire place, they finally found the people they were looking for. And oh, nah, they didn't even eat them. They hung them up like they. And since these things left bodies and didn't devour them, they're obviously gonna come back, so they're gonna have to hurry up. So they go into the lab and search for anything and everything that they need. But when we cut to the outside, these two are watching and they say they see something. So they get what they need and start to head out. But while they're going down these stairs slowly, my boy over here stops right in his tracks, breathing so hard and looks up. And he obviously sees something and tells the others, so Dan takes a little peek and shines the light in. Oh no! I hope I'm not gonna get any type of copyright for this, but I'ma just play this for y'all to understand why this is creepy as hell. That right there is honestly way worse than the previous video I just did. I'm not even gonna hold you. The first one they decided to shoot was the black guy. Really? Like, really? There were so many other people. You know what? I'm done, bro. I'm done. But with that, they all start to lay that heat. With every single person starting to shoot at it, this thing calls for help. And they start jumping down, and with that they start to run out of there. But while this thing is straight crawling down, it grabs this one lady, and still a whole bunch of them following them, catching this one and said jump. And my boy Dan and this one lady stopped to try to shoot at this one, but it shows levels of IQ, literally covering itself, only exposing its harder shell, and takes that opportunity to smack her away. He manages to get up, shooting at it, but it starts to crawl out of there just to give the fadeaway to the another white spike. And I'm not gonna lie, bruh, remember when I said that this man is hella funny? Just listen. 10 out of 10 character, but you can't tell me anything else. They start to boogie it, but this thing is right on their tail. And Dan stops, trying to shoot at it, but it crawls away with my homie and another one appears. And my dog non-stop trying to shoot at this thing, even switched guns. But he breaks this glass, takes the axe out, tries to slice it, but weave, psych, get your ass on. And while my boy was tussling back and forth with this thing, my black brother comes back just to shoot it right in the neck. So they start to run away, but this thing starts to call for help. Like, bro, this ain't even fair. Nigga, what the fuck? They get out of the building, but a whole bunch of armored vehicles start to head towards the bridge, their way of escaping. But those jets that are coming to the city to bomb everything are still on their way, so they gotta hurry the hell up. While they're running, they see the vehicles and start to celebrate, but oh!
L excuses, right hand on the Bible. God can strike me down if I'm lying. That motherfucker's cheating! Take my word!
Might I remind y'all, these are regular niggas, gang. What did they do? But with these jets starting to shoot down these missiles, it gives them enough time to get the hell up out of there and run. They get in this tunnel and some of them decide to sacrifice themselves for the others to escape. And they bomb the entire place. He wakes up and we see that Charlie actually survived. That's my twin, my brother, my slime. He's the only person I care about that lives. I'll be honest with y'all. And these three boys are the only ones that made it out alive out of the team. And he explains the reason why he's here for the third time in a row.
And I'm gonna die the way I want to.
And all I gotta say is, yes sir, this nigga spittin'. But while they were talking, my boy Dan gets called away, and when he walks over to the colonel, we learn that this lady over here is actually his daughter. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, she survived and became a colonel. But with that, we start to learn more and more about what the white spikes are. Well, there is a female which is much bigger and more fierce, and the males, which are the ones that they fought in Miami, are the things they would die to protect the female. So with that, Dan joins this group which are going to extract the female to study her biology. So we get to the nest and all of these guys jump down holding the female tight, and I'm not gonna lie, I might have to play the scene for y'all. And I'm not gonna lie, this thing just started going crazy, pushing its claw on this one dude's head. Said, give me that. Tries to go for this one dude but gets pulled back. Kicks him out the way just for good measure. Claw, push, get over here, chomp. Like, bruh, oh nah, this is what y'all want us to fight? This? And with everybody down there just screaming and yelling, these two decide to go down, and this thing is still going ham. Flips this one dude over and swung his body to the side just to smack it against this other dude. Turns around, grabs Brody but just gets shot. But even with that, smacks these two against the wall. Dog, how are we winning? Throws this one dude away and drags one of them into the tunnel, going towards the other cave, but they plan for that, starting to light the entire cave up, and it runs straight back. But this unfortunate soul right here had to be in the middle of the door just to get knocked away. But while it was holding this one dude hostage, it starts to call for help. But while it was doing that, Miri shoots the tail, and this thing just started to get even more mad, charging right towards her, smacking her down and trying to chomp her up. But when we cut to the outside, we see a whole bunch of these males running towards the cave, and my boy Dan said, you know what, nah, it's my time. Goes down the rope, makes sure to kill this one, and goes even further down. He grabs one of the tentacles, and just when it was about to shoot at him, he reverses and shoots right back at it, and with that they take the opportunity to put it right in the cave, and with that they manage to capture it. But nah, I'm not gonna hold you. Any animal, beast, or even human being looking at you like this, like, I'm not gonna lie, bro, you're cooked. It is gonna do anything to get to you. They pull it out the cage with the helicopter, but they can fly?
Hell excuses. Lay hand on the Bible. God can strike me down if I'm lying. That motherfucker's cheating! Take my word!
But there was no time to spectate. A whole bunch of them run down the hill, charging straight towards them, but they get in the car and they somehow manage to escape. And with that, we get to this facility where Miri is working on a toxin that is strong enough to kill the female, because it is the only one that is resistant to most of the toxins that they have developed. And if we can kill her, we can kill them all. Basically, that's what it is. And fast forward some time into the movie, and they finally managed to develop a toxin that can 100% kill the female. But there was no time to celebrate, because this thing wakes up and starts to scream. But when we cut to the outside, nigga, what the fuck? And even though they have a toxin that 100% works, it unfortunately is not enough. So Dan has to go back to the past so they can develop enough for them to make sure that this war never happens in the first place. So while they're taking him to the portal, we cut to these things just going into the lab, releasing the female, and oh boy is she pissed. So while these two are going through the place, The female stops right in front of them and starts to call the rest of the males, starting to surround them.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
And these things just started to climb, heading towards their direction. Bro, this is not fair. But even when they were backed into the corner, they had no choice but to lay the heat and shoot at them, even putting the female on fire. But that, of course, was not finna work. Because even while they're running, trying to get to the helicopter, she gets sniped from the back. Oh, bro, why are you so petty? She falls down, but Dan starts to shoot at the female, making her retreat, and he goes down to check up on her. But when we look up, the helicopter is leaving because these things are trying to take it down. Brody, why are y'all this mad? And while the entire place is engulfed in flames, Mary is straight bleeding out. And while they're having this amazing sentimental moment, she gives him the toxin and his time is running out. He's about to teleport out of here soon. But while they were talking, the female arrives, grabs her and starts to drag her down. And even though my boy Dan tried to save her, unfortunately his time ran out and teleported him back to the past. And when my boy finally gets to wake up, we learn that the jump link is offline, so they can't go back to the future and the people from the future can't come back to the past, which is tragic. But they take the toxin from my boy and start to mass produce it. But even with that, the government and the president still believe that they should just wait it out for these things to arrive, which is stupid. Because my boy Dan and Charlie, oh yeah, Charlie's alive, guys. I'm so happy about that. They figure out that these things didn't crash land on Earth 30 years into the future, but in fact that they've been here the entire time, engulfed in snow in Russia. So they head over there. Oh yeah, he also brought his dad. You know, they together, happy together. I'm not explaining that. They find the crash site for the ship and head inside. While they're searching in the ship, they manage to find the hive, and while they're testing the toxin, it 100% kills this thing, looking like it just ate acid. But I'm not gonna lie, okay? Rewind the tape, because if I were in the situation, when I walk into this room, the middle one is clearly the biggest, meaning that is clearly the female. So I wouldn't waste my time doing the males. Instead, I would kill her first, but that's just me.
Yes, sir! This nigga's spitting.
And after killing those two, the rest of them start to wake up, especially the female. Ooh, it makes me mad. While my boy Dan was trying to kill it, it breaks free and they start shooting at it, but the female manages to escape. These things manage to get outside and Charlie and the father start to shoot at it, but my boy Charlie had no ammo. Bro, this dude.
Get off that nigga dick, bro. What is you doing? What? No.
Y'all see why I love this dude, bruh. Look at him. He's having the time of his life. I love this nigga, bro. Dan manages to get outside, but his father and Charlie are nowhere to be seen. Even the female. So he runs after them, but the people inside decide, you know what? We finna blow up this entire place. And that's what they do, turning it into an album cover. They were really serious about this.
One eternity later.
He grabs one of the toxins, stabs it right in its leg, but just when you thought it would work, this thing slices off its own leg. Again, what the fuck? He jumps on top of it, slices its neck and started to go crazy with it. Walks up, punch, whip, clocks it right in the jaw. Gut check. Grabs the last serum, runs up towards it and punches it right in the throat. No pause. Kicks it off the ledge, killing the beast and ending this video.
Dragon Ball Z! God! Man! It's Kaylee, bro. Go talk to Kaylee, bro. Let's go, let's go. Hello, Kaylee. Hello, Kaylee. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
Me for you. You for me. I say yes. What do you say?
No.
Kaylee's gonna go tell his father for you now. Let's talk about your father. Let's talk about your father. Where's your father? Huh? Where's your father? Huh? You went to buy soap, man. You went to buy soap, man. No, my father. At least he didn't reject me. Like him again, no.
Jason, your father is here to fetch you.
Is it? Present fathers.
take it slow. I be running out the back by the time they at the door. How you go behind my back? You supposed to be my bro. Fuck this bitch last night, but that's why I didn't know. He thought it on my name, they ain't know that I would grow. Take a trip to get the drugs, every time it's for the low. Says she wants some new shoes, sweater, so she care about. Brody rode away.